So I'll be talking about Save the Children's common approaches to ECD programs. We have listened to so many speakers. We know already what nurturing care framework is. We already know what happens to the brain when children are not properly taken care of. We know that before fifth birthday, 90% of the development take place. A lot of things have been discussed so far. So I'm going to talk about how Save the Children has developed some of its common approaches to childhood development, and which are the proven experience of Save the Children across 50 or more countries, where we have done different kind of researches and proved that these kinds of approaches really work towards saving children before their fifth birthday, and also bringing education outcomes to better ones. So our approaches are based on some of the breakthroughs. So one of our breakthroughs is Survive, which says that no child dies from preventable causes before their fifth birthday, before 2030. So we really want to make sure that the world is a place where children are safe and protected. One of the approaches is called Saving Newborn Lives. Nourishing the Youngest is another one, and then Treating Children Close to Home is another one. And then under Learn, all children to learn from quality basic education is one of our mottos. So the building brains and ready to learns are the approaches that I'll be talking about. So, first of all, saving newborn lives. If you just look at the number that is showing here, that 46% of all children who die before their fifth birthday are less than 28 days old. So the first few days of child life are so important that it is important that if we do certain interventions, these children can be saved. So we have this approach. It has almost 5 phases. First is before and during pregnancy. We make sure that we address maternal mortality and morbidity. We make sure that we give and provide care at the time of birth to skilled healthcare workers. We make sure that essential newborn care in the first few minutes are most critical and are there. So we make sure that hygiene practices, thermal care, and breastfeedings are ensured at the time of the birth. We also make sure that postnatal care through home visits when the baby is at home. So make sure that there is no signs and symptoms of any kind of threat to mother and newborn. We also make sure that special care to newborn with complication has been given. For example, kangaroo care is one of the ways that we use in these kind of approaches. If we go to the next approach, this is for children under 2 years age, and we make sure that we are providing them with the most appropriate nourishment. It starts from breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding from 0 to 6 months, and then onwards providing children with the nutrition that they require, and also mother's nutrition and children's nutrition. And we have talked about how a nutritionist mother who is full of nutrition and baby grow better than other child, and all under nutrition contribution to 45% of all deaths under 5 years. So it's very important that both mother and child are healthy when, so this approach, infant and young child feeding, IYCF, is there, Save the Children's common approach, which is very useful. We have seen good results. So the next approach is Treating Children Close to Home, integrated community case management of childhood illnesses. So we know that 5.9 million children are still dying from preventable causes every year under age 5. We make sure that we provide care at home and close to home, and not just that, we make sure that government is responsible for providing those care. So a lot of advocacy is happening when it comes to providing care to child and infant at home-based facility. or closer to home facilities. So this is a very unique approach that we follow after the child is born. Another learning approach that we used is building brains. It is for children from 0 to 3 years of age. We make sure that this common approach underlies that we are working with caregivers. So building brain actually is based on play, early communication, and responsive care. We make sure that we train the caregiver to make sure the child is learning from even right after birth, and the caregiver is ready for the child. So this is how we do. We make sure that they are playing games with them, they are reading books, they are talking through pictures, making stories, and making sure that attachment, bonding, calming, and soothing environment is provided to the child. So this is our building brain approach, and our last approach is ready to learn. It's a very famous approach. We call it emergent literacy and emergent maths, where we work with children under 6 years of age, and we make sure that they are ready for school and ready for learning, actually. So we make sure that preschools, parents, community, and government to provide 3 to 6 year olds with early learning opportunities and foundational reading and math skills through early childhood care and development centers and at home. Again, this has been a proven common approach, and we have evidence from across 20 countries that children who've been provided with ECD opportunities through homeschooling or through early childhood centers, they are better earning, better persons when they grow up. So ready to run, focus on all these approaches. Emergent literacy skills talk about talking and listening, understanding print, and then knowing about alphabets and understanding sounds and words. And emergent math skills are numbers and countings, patterns, sorting and classification, comparison, environment, and geometry. So this also involves a learning assessment called IDELA, International Development and Early Learning Assessment, which is actually to identify children's learning levels at different ages. So in Pakistan, Save the Children has worked across Pakistan in different areas. We have constructed specialized ECD centers in Balochistan, in KP. We have worked through community ECD centers. We have run campaigns like Everyone campaign promoting breastfeedings. We have done piloting of literacy and numeracy boost programs. So these are proven approaches that Save the Children has been using across the globe, and these are the ones that I wanted to share with you are contributing to our nurturing care framework. So thank you so much.